So I'd like to just make a little bit of a video here. Not too much that's on the new 1.5 SI transmissions. There's two good half decently videos of removal and also tear down of it. But I've seen quite a few people having the issue of them being locked in reverse and your fifth and sixth gear and not being able to come back. If you were going to take this apart and look for any suspect signs coming through, I come to realize the metal on this shifter assembly, this piece that's in between, not the selector itself, because in this here, I'm going to consider this the selector itself. This is your shift guide if you were going off of anything older, but now they call this a shift interlock. So I have the part number also. I'll put that in the description of the video. But this shift interlock will end up burring, and underneath, if you can see, I had to clean the underside. It looks like a lot because this notch that's here, but this is already machined down to begin with, so it wasn't much. I took a file and had to file that, but you can clearly see that the underside was grabbing. So what happened is that this comes over a little too far and it is too tight of a tolerance. So if you have an issue with reverse lockout or anything not working, like this car here has had a problem with the reverse lockout in the last, I'd say, year of absolutely not working. Whenever he comes down into sixth gear, it would go over to reverse, and this is shifting this in between almost. But when it comes over, you can see that, oh, I can't, that's not gonna work. But if you could see, it almost comes all the way past. Well, it does come all the way past for this reverse fork. And when it does that, it's so tight and this metal is not hardened enough and doesn't have enough of a roll. It's actually causing it to burr the edge. And over time it worked out where it was basically the weight of my fingertip here was pulled down. And that is what's causing your shift lock issue, where you can't get it out of or past fifth, sixth, and reverse. And it gets really sticky for reverse gear to come in and out. So I just like to post this for anybody that's looking for a guide on where to look, checking the reverse shaft and all the other shafts and pieces. They're all straight and true. Your best way to figure out if you have a bent shift fork is whenever these are all aligned. So this one, some of them will fall down. Whenever they're all aligned and you push these down somewhat and keep them straight. If you have a flat surface and you remove the gears, then it's easier to show and you get a flat edge and put all these aligned. And what you're looking for from this side, it won't look like they're aligned, but all these here, the inside of these should all sit flat. So the bottom of these, when the shaft is sitting flat, underneath where they all line up, they should also be flat. That's going to be your indicator if you had a bent shift fork. If you look at it and there isn't a burr or anything on there and you suspect it's something else, that is a tip to know whether or not your shift fork is bent. Yeah, you can almost see on the inside there, they line up and they're fairly flat, so whenever they're rolling over. But yeah, tips for anybody that's having an issue with your fifth and sixth being stuck and you can't get to lower gears. This is probably your prime suspect here. I haven't seen anybody actually take them apart to show any problems. Usually it's just a disassembly. It's not diagnosis of what is the issue of most common problems. If you're having a problem with shifting, it's going to be in this assembly. If it is a problem stuck in gear, it's probably going to be a fork or a shaft being bent.